entities from the secret place of the human being and deliver them once and for all from the power and the grip of the evil one, Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, the big red guy. And yet, we speak nothing of it. Well, Jesus gathered his disciples and gave them power and authority to go out and do something. He hadn't done that before. This was their first time out. This was their first time out. And he sent them out to cast out demons, to fight the darkness that lives as parasites in mankind. The darkness that controls our world. He sent them out to fight demons. It's not a euphemism for something else. It's specific. He sent them out as exorcists. There was that program recently on television about the real exorcist. And I remembered watching it and being uncomfortable with what I saw, because it made me feel that if someone accidentally found that on their TV, they could be very confused by what they saw. If I say to you, I watched a video of a gender reassignment surgery, where I watched the procedure of changing a man into a woman, where I watched the entire surgery on my TV screen of a penis becoming a vagina, you'd be like, well, that's trippy, and you weren't eating a frozen dinner during that, were you? And but you know, a lot of thoughts would go through your head. Some people would go, that's very interesting, how do I get to watch that? Other people would go, why would you bother to watch that? And other people would say, that's interesting, but I could never sit through it. And other people would say, oh, I saw it too. And how would you feel about your 7-year-old flipping channels and landing on that and watching it, and you hearing about it 3 days later at the breakfast table? It would make you uncomfortable, and that's how I felt about the real exorcist. I wasn't there. I couldn't personally discern what was real and what was not real. What was flesh and what was spirit, I couldn't tell you. What I could tell you is I have been present for far too many exorcisms. And I'm not saying that because exorcisms are bad. I'm saying that I wish there weren't so many. I wish there didn't have to be so many. I would that people were not afflicted by demons. But as disciples of Christ, we have to accept that that's a reality. Let's talk about the word I keep using, exorcism. It's a weird word. I guess it has its origins, I assume it has its origins in Catholicism, but it's definitely not in the Bible, actually, as that word. And I'm using it because it brings up a particular picture. Not that I think it's a good or bad term for casting out demons. And I only say that because this is a confusing subject. And since I just said I don't want something on my TV that's going to confuse people, I don't want to confuse people. But I think it's impossible to talk about the father of confusion without there being a certain degree of confusion that goes with it, because everybody believes what they believe. If you have cancer and your doctor tells you to do chemo, you might be someone who believes that will heal you. That's when you find out what you believe. Do I believe chemo works? Well, I know what the scientists say. I know about this person and this person and this person. What do you believe? Do you think it's going to help you? Think it's going to save you? I hope it does. Especially if you go through that. So whenever you hit a hot button with people, you are going to find what people believe or don't believe after all. I wonder how many people believe that there are even demons. And I wonder why people believe there are demons and believe there are angels, but don't believe there's God or Satan. Never really understood that. I think Satan's most powerful tool is to get people to not believe in him. It's going to get a little tricky. You find people that believe in God, but the Jesus thing makes them uncomfortable. So you're going to find people that believe there's some kind of big evil entity. Fine, if you want to call him Satan, fine. But when you bring it down to their home and say, just as parasites live in your body, demons live in your home, they'd be like, what are you saying? What you're saying is you're on their turf. You're on their turf. They belong in your home, you don't. This world is not my home. That's what that means. When the Bible calls us pilgrims, that's what it means. It means this was not meant to be what our home looked like. We're just borrowing space here. I'm on the eve of buying a house. And I'm preaching on, we don't live here. It's weird moving from one environment to the other and thinking about what demons am I training for what demons. At least I know what live in my house. Very scary if you think about it like that. I'm not afraid of demons. I'm afraid of people who don't believe in demons and what they're giving demons permission to do. We see people all the time say, I went to my doctor and I had a checkup and I'm as healthy as can be. Drop dead the next day. We hear these stories, but the one that really sticks out in my mind is these people come up and they say, I had my checkup and I'm doing great and everything, and you go, that's so weird because I am convinced you're not helping. There's something in me that senses you're not well. Everyone has those intuitions, premonitions, if you will. People who are convinced they are so healthy that they make you uncomfortable to be around them remind me of people that think just because they're Christians, they don't have to be afraid of what demons can do in their lives. Yeah.